Thrifting, a now popular pastime among teens looking to cop a deal, has long served the greater purpose of providing low-cost, high-quality items for those who cannot afford expensive clothing from department stores. While these girls may embrace thrifting culture, the idea of buying and wearing used clothes was not always welcome.
I definitely do think there's a taboo buying from thrift stores, usually because it's seen as something that's usually for people that can afford from department stores, but it doesn't have to be that way. It's what we make of it.
I would go thrifting a lot when I was little, I think, and then I remember hating it because I was like, why am I here? Like, this is like used clothes. Like, I'm better than this. Like, what? And then after, like, I was like, okay, you need to like sit down, like, get off your high horse. I don't know, like, you didn't have to pay retail price for things that are like even better. Like, let's say Urban Outfitters, like that's a scam. Like, it's a good store, but that is a scam. And I thought my wardrobe looked a lot better after I went thrifting.
The possible escape of shopping at a department store, where prices are prone to be high and colors tend to be muted, is partly the reason teenagers are becoming more attracted towards the idea of thrifting, a pre-existent practice.
I go to like normal department stores. It's like I'm there for one thing only, or you just find like different copies of the same thing and like, okay, yeah, this is my size. Like everything, you can't find the same thing of one thing at the thrift shop. Be yourself and find your own things. I think it really emphasizes like individuality.
Because they put everything there for you to buy. So they're kind of like present like this is a fashion that like we want you to wear, but in a thrift store it's like here's a bunch of random things and you can pick out whichever you like the best.
Thrift stores don't have catalogs with like super perfect looking models and everything. Like you're the model. Like, and I think that increases anyone's confidence if you think about it, because you're not looking at something to look up to.
As I got older, I think I noticed that it wasn't as easy for me to just go to those stores and get whatever I wanted anymore, because I don't have a lot of money. Like, I don't think a lot of people have a lot of money.
I don't think it should be used when you don't want to pay. I think it should be used as a not an alternative, but like a new way to find clothing.
You find yourself, I mean, in a way you find yourself. I also have something to add about like the lack of color in like the clothes nowadays that they have in stores. I think it's very like muted and there's no like splash of colors anymore. That's what I like a lot about thrift stores. It's that you can just find a bunch of colorful stuff.
I do think the idea surrounding thrifting is kind of slowly changing, especially in our area, where thrifting is kind of a trend, and how they like to do it because they want to find stuff that's old and that no one else has, and maybe that's unique.
But besides the benefits thrifting has on consumers, it also proves to be an environmentally friendly alternative that combats the large industry of fast fashion.
And going off of your like better for the environment thing, like literally like fashion is the second most like wasteful industry behind like oil, I think. And like especially that's like prominent in brands like Forever 21 and stuff, where like they mass produce these clothes that like look really good. They follow all the styles, they have really good colors, so then there's a lot of people trying to buy them. And that just goes like to feed our psychological need of want and stuff. So like, because there's so many clothes in the world already, and I think that's the main thing about like thrifting. It's like we always hear like the reduce, reuse, recycle, and we reduce a lot and we recycle a lot, but we never reuse things. It's hard for us to reuse things. We'll usually just throw them away once like we're kind of done with it.
Given the multitude of benefits of thrifting, the trend is a way for people to gather and move towards ending the stigma around secondhand shopping.
I don't know, I've talked to certain people and like certain people have different reactions, like, oh, that's really cool, like, oh, that's cool, like I go thrift shopping too, and other people will be like, what, like you thrift shop, like that's really disgusting, like how can you wear other people's clothes, like that's not, I would never do that. And it's not like I buy like underwear and bras at like the thrift shop, like obviously not. I mean, some people do and like that's cool, but like I don't. If I do get backlash, I don't care, because I don't know, I've never really cared what people think, and if I do, I just kind of tell myself to not, because I look flash.